Hello viewers, you are welcome. Let's see how we are going to solve this problem. This is exponential equation. As we can see, we are going to be manipulative, okay, enough in solving the value of x, right? So now I want you to step over and see what we are going to do here. So now from here, I want us to, I can rewrite this equation in this form, okay? So I'm still going to repeat this minus, then I have root 2. Okay, so now from the law of indices, okay, so this can be written as x dot root 2 then to power 8. So therefore, if you remember, we have a to power b then multiplied by a to power c. So the same basis, okay, being multiplied, so we're going to be having a b plus c, right? So therefore, if you remember that, so that is what I use, okay, to split this root 2 and root 2 having the power x and power 8, right? So therefore, we go further by having plus 64 equals 0. So now from here, the next thing we're going to do is, you can see that we have root 2 here, we have root 2 here. So what we are going to do is, I can rewrite this 2x minus, this 2 can be 2 raised to power 1 over 2 then to power x multiplied by this here can be 2 1 over 2 then to power 8 plus 64 equals 0. Are you following? So now from there, so we can see that we have 2 to power x minus, so I can take this 1 over 2, okay, outside and bring in this x, 2 to power x then 1 over 2. It's so simple. So what I did is that when you have a to power m, then you have n, so you can simply, okay, if you need it, you can simply say n should come inside and n should be outside. So now that is what I did here. I have 1 over 2 here and I have x here. So I can interchange, okay, taking this x inside and they have to be outside. That is 1 over 2. So that's what I did, because I want something, similar, because when you look at this first term, you can see we have 2 to power x. That's why I try to bring in this x inside. Then I have this place to be multiplied by 2. We can see this one also will be 2. This half is going to be multiplying 8, and that's going to give us what? 2 raised to power 4, because 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. Then plus 64 equals 0. Are you following? So now from there, the next thing we have 2 to power x, right, minus here I have 2 to power x, then 1 over 2, then I have this place to be 16. So multiplying, okay, plus 64 equals 0. So now from there, so the next thing we're going to do is, we can say that I can bring this one back to this, or writing it in the form root x, okay. So this is going to be, but I can write this one also as, if I said 2 to power x and I put the roots like this and I put square. Do you understand now? So it means that this squared will cancel this, will remain this. So this is telling us we didn't even do anything, right? Because this square will cancel what? Can cancel this square root. We are going to be left with 2 to power x. Then I have this place to be 2 to power x. Then let me write this as this. I have 2 to power x. Then multiply by 16 plus 64 equals 0. I believe you are getting what I'm doing. So now from there, the next thing I'm going to do is, so now let me say, let's say root 2x is what? Is a particular number or variable. Let's say it is what? It is a. Okay, it means that wherever we see root 2 to power x, let's replace it by a. So now from here, now I'm going to be having a, okay, but don't forget that I have square there, so I can write that as this, putting the parentheses here. Okay, you can see that we have root x, so this is going to be a squared, then minus 16a, okay, plus 64 equals 0. So now having this, so we can have this to be in quadratic equation in terms of a. So how do we get the value of a? So now this is going to be done by factorization. Okay, so we're going to have this to be a minus a, then a equals 0. So now what I'm going to do is that, what are the two factors? We want something here and we want something here. What are the two factors that when you multiply now the two factors together, you're going to have 64. When you add them together, you're going to have minus 16. So therefore, when you say minus 8 here, then minus 8 here, you see that minus 8 times minus 8 is going to give us plus 64. Then minus 8 plus minus 8 is going to give us minus 16. Okay, so therefore, we're going to have a to be minus 8 equals 0, because they are the same. So it's going to be twice, right? So now from there, we have what we have, a to be equals 8. So now if a equals 8, don't forget that this a equals 8 is not what we are looking for, because we just introduce the value, the variable a. So we need to go back to where we let a be. From here, we are going to have a, okay, recall that a equals root 2 to power x, right? So we have a, because a is 8, I have 8 all square equals, I have root 2 x all squared, right? So now you see that this, we cancel this, and we're going to have this to be 64 equals 2 to power x. Are you following now? So having 64 equals to 2 to power x. So permit me to clean this. I believe if you are jotting, so you might have put this down. So I'm going to clean this. Okay, then from there you can see that we have 64. Let me write it. So it seems that you can see over there. So we have 64 equals 2 to power x. That's what we have here. So therefore we can rewrite this 64 in terms of base 2. So that's going to be 2 to power 6. We actually give me 64. That is when 2 multiply itself 6 times, you know, have 64. Then we have 2 to power x. So far they have the same basis. Okay, so this implies that x equals 6. So we have the solution to be 6. So the value of x equals what? Is equal to 6. So now if you want to check whether you are right or not, just put the value of x back to this equation and see what you are going to have. Quickly, let's do the check. 2 to power 6, okay, then minus, you put root here, so that root can turn to division. I have 2, division 2, because we have 1 over 2. Then we have 6 here, 6 plus 8, then plus 64 equals 0. So here 2 to power 6, that's going to give us 64. Then add this one, 64 minus 2. This plus this, that's going to give us 14 over 2 equals 0. So we have 64 plus 64, that's going to give us 128 minus this way 2 raised to power 7 equals 0. And don't forget that 128 minus 2 raised to power 7 is same thing as what? 128. So when you have 128 minus 128, what will you have? You have 0. Okay, so you can see that the value we got, that is x equals 6, so is the right solution. So thank you so much for watching. kindly share this to your colleagues so they can also benefit from it. Then subscribe to our channel so that you can, hit on the bell icon also so that you get the notifications anytime you upload a new content. Thank you. Bye bye.